Invasive alien species (IAS) are non-native species that establish and spread outside their native range and causing harm. IAS cause measurable negative effect on the environment, society and economy. Malaysia focus on preventing, eradicating and controlling IAS to protect its ecosystem and agriculture. And lastly, the Plant Quarantine Act 1976 and Plant Quarantine Regulation 1981 govern IAS management in Malaysia, with plant quarantine as the first defense.
Native species. These are all organisms that have occurred, now occur, or may occur without human intervention. One example is the white-footed mouse. It's native throughout the eastern United States. When found in nature, the mouse is an integral part of the ecosystem. Non-native species. These are species that do not occur naturally in an area, but are introduced as a result of a deliberate or accidental human activity. Most importantly, they exist where they have not naturally occurred and may even be considered beneficial under certain circumstances. One example you may recognize is the bell pepper. It's not native to the United States, but it currently presents no threat to native plants.
Malaysia has a vast variety of native plant and animal species found in a variety of habitats and ecosystems. Just like any other country in Southeast Asia, several commercial plant species were brought in during the colonial era, but neither biodiversity nor socioeconomic conditions were threatened by these alien plants. A small number of species have become invasive, meaning they have little effect on the environment but threaten both native and local populations.
Invasive weeds have developed in response to agro-ecosystem by adjusting to and filling in the gaps left by agricultural operations. Historically, the main objective of weed management has been to reduce yield losses. As a result, competition by employing tillage, herbicide treatments, and water management techniques to inhibit weed growth. As a result, frameworks for making weed management decisions have been developed, such as the economic threshold, which places a strong emphasis on the usage of pesticides. A few theoretical concerns and questions were brought up by Jones and Matt when they used the static technique of economic threshold to the weed control decision-making process. They contend that rather than lowering weed yield influence over the course of a single season or year, long-term tactics for decreasing weed populations should be used, mainly by interfering at the optimal level. The precise aim of such measure is to gradually reduce the weed seed bank.
In Malaysia, two key factors need to be taken in order to control invasive plants. The significance of invasive weeds in Malaysia stems from the fact that many of them are non-native, often endemic species that have found their way into disturbed areas and developed weedy traits. The fact that the country's efforts to control weeds now mostly involve herbicides with additional control methods is incidental to this. A certain invasive species or group has geographic dominance in a particular agroecosystem or habitat, and these variables have an effect on the dominating weed populations and their dynamics.
Managing invasive alien species effectively involves a clear plan that starts with early detection and quick action. We need to regularly check for invasive alien species using tools like remote sensor, traps, and community reports. If we find invasive alien species, we act fast to stop it from spreading by containing or removing it. The next important step is prevention to stop invasive alien species from spreading or coming in. This means having strict rules about bringing in plants and animals that could be invasive, teaching the public about the risks, and making border checks stronger. These steps help keep invasive alien species out of new areas. Invasive alien species that are already present, we use various methods to manage them. This includes physically removing them, using chemicals, or introduction natural predators, depending on the situation. We also work to restore ecosystems that invasive alien species have damaged by bringing back native plants and animals and keeping an eye on their recovery. We adjust our methods as needed based on new information and ongoing monitoring to keep our management effective.
The National Action Plan on Invasive Alien Species is a comprehensive strategy developed by country to address the threat posed by invasive species to biodiversity, ecosystem, economies, and human health. There are 3 goals National Action Plan in Malaysia. The first one is improve understanding and public awareness about IAS. This is to increase understanding, recognize their impacts, and encourage responsible conduct. All of this is important and essential to enhance understanding of IAS and raise public awareness about them. The second one is conduct risk assessment on all introduced alien species before their release. It is structured and transparent system for risk assessment of alien species and common response strategies and capabilities to contain and eliminate potential IAS prior to their introduction into Malaysia. Last but not least is strengthen quarantine enforcement and inspection. By tightening security at entry points, better prevention of invasive species can be achieved compared to current practice. This involves conducting more thorough inspection, ensuring strict adherence rules, and promptly identifying potential invasive species. Achieving this objective is crucial for protecting local ecosystem.
The rapidly growing threat of invasive alien species poses a serious threat to ecosystem and human well-being. Invasive alien species are one of the 5 major directed drivers of biodiversity loss globally, alongside land and sea use change, direct exploitation organisms, climate change, and pollution. On 4 September 2023, the Intergovernmental Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services (IPBES) plans to launch its groundbreaking assessment report on invasive alien species and their control. The assessment has been more than 4 years in development, drawing on over 30,000 sources that capture the diversity of existing knowledge on invasive alien species, including scientific articles, governmental reports, indigenous and local knowledge. It has been prepared by 86 top international experts from 49 countries for all the regions in the world. The report presents the latest evidence about the status and threat of invasive alien species and outline options to decision makers to choose appropriate management and governance responses.